Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You can call me Juliet. If you're a first time subscriber, thank you for subscribing, and please do well to like and share my videos and also comment, very important. So happy new month guys. It's been a while. I know I said I'll be posting tutorial videos and all that, but I was very busy. A lot of things I had to do, personal stuffs and also work, NYSC, life of a couple, you know how it's crazy. So guys, so this is my first tutorial video, and on this video I will be showing you guys how I made a corset top that has a back waistline and also with pop sleeve. So I'll be sharing this video into two parts. So this first part is on how I drafted the pattern. So the second part of the video guys will be on how I made the corset top. So please, if you're a beginner or DIY trying to learn how to sew, this is really a beginner friendly video. It's very detailed, so please like, comment. If you have questions you want to ask that you don't understand, you're free to comment. If you have a dress that you want to make or you want me to make a tutorial about, feel free to send me a message. I'll post my email address on the description box, so you can send me a message, or you can also send me a message on Instagram. I will also post my Instagram page link, so you can easily send me a message. So guys, let's get right into it. So guys, this is the dress we'll be making. So you need your paper, tracing paper, ruler, pencil, your tape or chalk or whatever you use to mark. So first off, I start by drawing the starting line, which you have seen me do. So from that starting line, I'll mark 10 inches for my bust points. So I'm using my bust measurement for this. I'll also mark 13 inches for the under bust points. Then I'll mark 16 inches for the waistline, and I want the full length of this top to be 25 inches. It looks longer than the picture though. So after that, you see me drawing horizontal lines across the point I have marked. Then I'll label them bust line, under bust, waistline and the full length. Then I'll measure my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. I'll mark a point to that 8 inches, as you can see me do. Then I'll come down by 1 inches from that point to mark the shoulder slope. Then from there, I'll roll it slantly into the starting line. So I won't be needing the upper part of this top. I will not be needing the yoke, so I'll just mark a round neck measurement using 3 inches by depth. As you can see me do, I'm tracing it. So I'm just tracing a round neck. I will not be needing it. So guys, I've traced the round neck for this measurement. Then I'll mark my armhole line, which is 7. I'll mark the point. Then I'll draw a horizontal line across that 7. It will serve as my chest line now. After drawing the horizontal line, I will draw a vertical line to the armhole slant points. You can see I'm trying to trace it very well. Then I'm marking out the first one because it didn't enter the point well. Then I'll mark in between the lines half of what I have in that 7, which is 3.5. Then I'll go in by half of an inch for the curve of the armhole. Then I'll mark my bust points, which is 8.5. Then as you can see me do, I'm tracing from that 8.5 to that 1.5 an inch up to the points of the slants. So this is how I got the armhole. Then now I'll measure my bust pan, which is my nipple to nipple measurement. It's 7 inches. Then I'll add half an inch, which is 8
Normally it's 7 inches, divided by 2 is 3.5. Add half an inch, which is 4. Sorry. So you can see me, I'm measuring from my bust points. I'll measure from my bust point to my waist, under bust waistline, all the way down to the full length. So that's the point I'm taking. Sorry, I didn't know that my camera was not showing up to that point. So after measuring, I will draw a vertical line down to the full length of those points, rather, as you can see me do in the video. Just watch me. So I'm trying to mark it out well. Then after doing that, from the waist measurement, I'll come out by half of an inch and come in by half of an inch. So I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can see what I'm doing clearly. From the waist measurement, come in by half of an inch and come out by half of an inch. That's basically what I'm doing in the video. Then after that, I'll go to the bust point measurement and come down by 1 inches. Yes, that's the point I'm marking there in the video. And from that 1 inches, I'll connect it to that of an inch I took from the waist measurement all the way down to the full length. So just, if you don't understand, just watch as I connect it. So this is basically what I'm doing, trying to connect the lines so all the way down for the darts. This is how to take your basic darts. So I'm trying to use the ruler to do it very well. If I have a straight ruler, I'll ask you to use a straight ruler. You can see me, I'm struggling with my ruler. So guys, after that, the next thing to do is to come to the shoulder measurements, where the shoulder is. You look at what is in the shoulder, then you mark half of what you have in the shoulder. I think I have about 4 point something, so I take half of it there, and from that point you draw a line to the bust points. So as you can see guys, I'm drawing the line from the shoulder straight to the bust points. That's what I'm basically doing. Now after that, from our under bust, I'll further go in by half of an inch and come out by half of an inch. So that's the point I'm basically marking. I'm going in by half of an inch and I came out by half of an inch. So after that, I will draw a line straight down to the full length, as you can see me do on the video. So I'm filming outside and the breeze is trying to obstruct what I'm doing. So I'm trying to draw the line straight down. On the other side, my table is a bit rough, so I'm having issues. But if you have a straight rule, please use it. Then I'll connect the line to the 1 inch I came down from the bust point using a curve ruler. Just as you see me do in the video, use your curve ruler, or you can use your free hand to connect it. Yeah. So after connecting it, because I don't want the cleavage of the corset to be very exposed, so I came up by half an inch. You can do 1 inch, or if you want it to be exposed, you can just leave it. Then I'll draw a line or a horizontal line all the way to the other side of the top. Then you measure. After doing that, next thing to do is to measure the darts there, and whatever I have, I place it on top of the chest line. So I had 1.5, so I'll be putting 1 inch towards the side that is going to the armhole and ½ inches towards the side that is going to the center front. So that's what I'm basically doing. So just watch and see. Then with my free hand, I will connect it into the bust point. Just watch as I traced it and connect it. Then before that, I came further out by ½ inch to avoid it to be very big on top, to avoid gaping. So I'll trace the new point now, which is ½ inch I came out by into the bust point. If you don't understand, just watch closely what I'm doing. So I'm trying to trace it. So guys, this is basically it. So before we continue, I want to measure and see if the curves are equal, because you have to check if one is longer than one, so that when you sew and when you finish sewing, it doesn't look as if one is longer than one. So I measured this side, the side going to armpit, and it's 6.5, and I measured the side going to center front is 6. So I'll be going further up by ½ inch, then I'll blend it in. So this is basically what I'm doing. So yes, so that's that for that. Then after that, I want to measure from the center front, the line in between the corset. I'm using 1 inch, but from the picture we are making from, they use ½ inch. So if you want to use 1 inch or ½ inch, you are free to. Then from there, I'll connect it to the point using my free hand. My ruler is not wide enough, so I'm trying to trace it just as you can see me do on the video. So just try to trace it properly to the under bust. So after tracing, that's what I have. Now for this side, that's armhole, the line between it, I will measure and divide it into 2. Then I'll further come down by ½ inch and trace a line towards the other side. Then from that point, I'll curve it towards the bust, the cup region, just as you see me doing the video. Just watch and you understand. So I'll try as much as possible not to curve it in, so that I'll use my hand to trace it properly out towards the cup. So guys, our cups have been formed. You can see how lovely it looks. So I'm trying to shade it for it to be very visible. Yeah. So I'll mark it 1 and 2, and it's going this towards the same area. So guys, after that, I'll take my circumference measurement, I'll take my bust measurement, which is 8.5. Then I'll take whatever is in the dart, which is 2 inches. I will take it. Then I'll add my 1.5 inches. You can use 1.5 or you can use 1 inches for your allowance. So that's basically what I was doing here. Sorry that it didn't show very well. Then for my waistline, I'll take my waist measurement, trying to adjust the paper a bit so you can see. Then for my waistline, I will take my waist measurement, which is 7.5. Then I'll take the darts we have in between, replace it, and I'll add 1.5 inches for seam allowance. I will do the same thing for the full length, which is I'll use my hip measurements. For the full length. Then I'll add my allowance, as you can see me do. Then I'm connecting the lines to it. So I'm trying to also trace out the cup properly. Then I'll cut. So be careful not to cut the side you need out. So this is how I cut mine. I carefully cut out the dart region and cut out one of the cups firstly. So you can see me using pin to tag it down because the paper was folded into two. So after cutting, guys, this is how it looks. You can see it's looking nice. So because I don't want too many lines in between, I'll be using my masking tape to tape it together. I don't want too many dart lines. I'll be cutting it together. So this is what I'm basically doing, trying to sellotape it together before I cut out my basque waistline. Now to cut out my basque waistline, I don't want it to start directly from the waist. So from the waistline, I came down by 2 inches. That is this line you see me drawing. Then from this full length, I'll come out by 2 inches also. You can do 3, you can do 4, depending on how wide you want it to be. I think from the dress in the thumbnail, it's 3 inches, but I'm using 2 inches for mine. So you mark out 2 inches, then you connect it with the kind of curve you want for your backs. So I'm using freehand, so I'm trying to trace it gently to where I have my 2 inches line. So this is the kind of curve I want for my backs. So I'm trying to trace it gently, so the paper was not laying properly, so I decided to fix it well so that I will not have issues when I'm tracing or cutting out the backs. So yeah, after doing that, I kept tracing. Then if it's 3 inches, this is how it's going to come out. Well, I wanted 2 inches, so I traced it out. Then I used my scissors to cut out. So I've cut out the back. So this is how I'll use my packing tape to tie it down. This is how I'll be cutting it on my fabric because I don't want too many dart lines. So guys, yeah, this is basically how the front part. Now to cut out the back part, you just cut out a paper and place it. We'll just be needing from the bust point to the waistline where the back started, so we don't need towards the back line. So basically what I'll do is I just use my pencil to just trace out the sides. And remember, this is going to have loops, so we don't need a zipper allowance. So as you can see me do, I'm tracing out the shape of the sides of the top. So I'm cutting it out. Careful so you don't go and mistakenly cut out the cup region for it. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. Because it's now going to have a loop, I'll minus extra 2 inches from it and draw a straight line and cut it out also, because we are not needing zip and we are going to put ropes and loopholes. So this is where our loophole is going to be. Where I'm indicating right now is where our loops is going to be. So guys, this is basically how to draft the front and back pattern of this top. As you can see, it's laying properly. The extra 2 inches we cut out is the one coming out of that of the front part of the bust. So guys, this is how to draft a corset top with basque waistline. So watch the part 2 of this video to see how we cut it on our fabric and sew it. Thank you.